All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. How are you all doing? Is that the right word to use? Not really, all right. Okay. My name is Kevin Zahri, and I am here because of two reasons. Initially, I was contacted by Simon, who arranged to make this all happen. So a big round of applause to Simon, please, for the very first WordCamp event in Malaysia. I think Indonesia had a couple, Thailand had a few, Philippines a few, Singapore? Singapore? Not yet. Coming soon, 2020. Alright, basically, initially Simon emailed me or contacted me via Twitter because I'm fairly active myself on WordPress. I'm in the health and fitness. My background actually is mechanical engineering, but I ventured into the health and fitness world way back. And my website is kevinzahri.com. But please don't comment on whether I'm using the latest WordPress version or not. I am still on 2.8.5 or 6, I think, because I got married, and my wife keeps bugging me of not spending too much time blogging. Got to spend time with her, make babies. But thank God, one is on the way and we're due in January next year. So thank you very much. Alright, so basically, I'm a very technical person myself. But those that know me more from the health and wellness line, apologies, there are no slides to show you. But talking more about Embun Web, when Simon emailed us, they're looking for sponsors. And little did he know that I co-run a company called embunweb.com, who is one of the diamond sponsors for today. Basically, we are a web hosting company in Malaysia. We're fairly new in terms of the branding Embun Web, but Scully and myself, we've been around for the past 15 years. And our primary business function is in web hosting, web development, e-services, mainly around Malaysia, a little bit in the Middle East and around Southeast Asia as well. But our niche is building entrepreneurs, mainly in the SME market. So that this is where WordPress for us comes in very handy. Because when it comes to building entrepreneurs, the main goal is to get the goal accomplished online without having to spend too much money. Now WordPress being a free tool since day one, it's great. And most of these entrepreneurs are also what we call in Malaysia, Jutawan wannabe. Jutawan wannabe means generally those wannabe millionaires because the internet is so attractive in attracting those that want to make money online when it comes to blogging and monetizing their blogs. Now, we all know that making money on WordPress or any blog is easy, right? But making a lot of money is very difficult. Sure, you can make 10 cents a month, right? You could put a couple of Google ads here and there and one or two clicks, you get a few cents. And you wait 1 month or you get it forever. Because it takes $100 to actually get the money, right? Right? So 10 cents will not get you anywhere. But to monetize a blog is usually very difficult for Malaysian audience if you're only targeting Malaysians. We have a few very successful bloggers, but they're only about maybe 1 or 2%. The other 98% cannot make a living, I would say, full-time running a blog if they're targeting Malaysian markets only. That is why we have Tik Hong Kiat, is a very successful Malaysian blogger, but he targets the global market, and he blogs, I think, mainly about web development, web design, and so forth. But for us, WordPress again is very useful because even if those looking to start an e-commerce site, WordPress comes with plugins that do the job quite well. I personally believe, of having used WordPress, I think quite well over the last 6 years that I've grown with WordPress, that WordPress can do everything, but I personally don't believe that it will do everything at its best, if I may say so here. Shopping carts for me, yes, it does the job, but for me, I would not choose a WordPress plugin to run a high-performance shopping cart. For me, I'll probably use something that I will pay for to solely run an e-commerce site. Same thing goes for forums. CMSs, I'm somewhere in between. Because for me, I build a lot of WordPress sites myself, but I prefer to use hybrid sites. I'm not sure if that's the right word to use. That means I use a certain section of the websites to build it on WordPress, but the other ones are built on static PHP or HTML pages that communicate back and forth with WordPress to plug out the latest posts or latest comments. But I still prefer to build WordPress sites in combination with static pages, but make sure that the CSS is unanimous so that everything looks the same. Now, the problems I also have with WordPress, I'm only talking about the problems so that you guys can help out with the solutions. And the speaker who was here previously, I think, made some of these things sound promising. When it comes to CMSs, clients of ours typically always want to have unique pages, unique sidebars, unique footers for different layouts and different pages. And I always start using the templating from WordPress 2.8 or 9 when it comes to building these templates. Yes, you can use page templates and then call them out in the CMS. But I always found that if I have to build the template myself, might as well I build the whole thing on a PH template itself without having to use WordPress. Right? Because the sidebars also for me always seem to be too rigid. And using that rigid drag and drop works well if you have one or two, but if you have 20 sidebars, you have to build 20 of the little widgets. It becomes quite troublesome for me. The second downfall for me personally, the whole social media boom for me has drawn away some of the traffic from WordPress onto the Facebooks and the Twitter. So whereas before the whole social media boom, we would get a lot of traffic on the blogs itself. But nowadays people like to communicate with individuals like myself more through the Facebooks. So I had to readjust my whole WordPress strategy in driving traffic more through these social medias. In terms of integrating WordPress with Facebook, there was one WordPress Facebook plugin, didn't quite work for me that well. So what I did, I just basically included a Facebook widget on there, a couple of links, and that seems to work quite well. In terms of media management, never got into making Flickr work the way I wanted to really with WordPress. So I was still pretty much stuck in using the media gallery. But annoyingly, what I found as well, when you insert pictures, let's say I upload 5 pictures into WordPress in the post, but I want to just embed 3 at a go, I can't do that, right? I gotta go one by one, insert 1, go again, insert 2, or I can insert the whole gallery, but I couldn't just insert 3 out of 5 in one go, right? WordCampers? Correct. Yes. WordPress 3.0? But I couldn't just pull up 4 out of the 5 images. Cannot know, right? Correct, yeah, but it's not, but I have to go one by one, and it's quite troublesome. You can also build a plugin. I could build a plugin. The only plugin I tried to build was, I was thinking about a plugin of health and fitness, get a daily tip on fitness. Probably 5 users would download it. So then the trouble would not be worthwhile, but maybe I consider it. More about One Web. Today we have some brochures for you. Basically, all of you that registered here today, you get 40% off the hosting packages that we have. Our data center is in Malaysia, so probably will not appeal for those of you who are not in Malaysia. Also, if any one of you is looking for sponsorship for the blogs, and you think that your blog appeals to us as a business, feel free to have a chat with us right after this, and we can talk. And the last item, I think we have a program called Together at Scully, whereby we work together with developers to come up with new innovations, whether it's WordPress related or not. And if we need to collaborate with a company or other individuals and need to network, feel free to come to our booth and talk more about us, about Together at Scully. I think that's about all I have to say. I'm sure you're all excited to know